Theatrical Shenanigans with
John David Brown.
Hello there, and welcome to this fourth instalment of our sixth season of Theatrical Shenanigans, and a happy belated Valentine's to you if you celebrated. Today, as always, we have another wonderful audio play for you and a guest to talk to because, well, I'd just get lonely otherwise. My guest today is a playwright based in Atlanta, USA. He's worked with theatres, schools and community organisations as a writer, director, actor and theatre educator. His work has been performed in New York City, the UK and across the United States. His relationship with Theatrical Shenanigans goes right back to season 1 when his play Fun made up our 6th episode. He then went on to feature in our anniversary special in January 2024 with his play Rest Ye Merry, and in our Play a Day special in February 2025 with his play Survivors. It's a great thrill to have him here. Welcome, John David Brown.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a thrill to have you here. So, as always, we go right back to the very beginning. How did you get your start in the arts world?
As a little kid, grew up doing church plays, grew up on just old movie musicals as well. Just watched The Sound of Music like every day of my childhood. My sister and I did. So just kind of like a natural love from there. And then high school, we had a drama club, and I just caught the bug. I was in every show. It became my whole personality. Um, but also from the time I was really young, like really young, I knew I wanted to be a writer. So the writing was always there first. And then I kind of discovered the uh the theater side of things afterward, and then the two merged together. Kind of what I spend every free minute doing that I get to is just writing 24/7 all the time.
But as you kind of already mentioned, you come with a healthy list of titles from writer through actor to educator. Do you have a preferred title, or is it all kind of an equal labor of love for you?
Really, at this point, it is writer. Like it is primarily a playwright. The other things, I think everything else has always been an extension of that for me. I grew up loving to act. I did a lot of that. Did a lot of musical theater. And then I was a high school drama teacher for a while, and have always kind of found opportunities to work with young people in the arts even ever since then, which I absolutely love to do. So I enjoy directing a lot as well. But I'm a writer. It's just what I am. Like if I never acted again, I would be like, it'd be probably a little sad. But if I never got to write again, I wouldn't be myself. It would just be, you know, like a part of myself was gone. So the other stuff is kind of for fun or stuff I just do for me, but it's never anything I've wanted to pursue in the way that I always knew I wanted to pursue being a writer.
But as a playwright, and an absolutely wonderful one to boot,
Thank you so much.
you're very welcome. Do you have any preferred subjects that you'd like to write about, or genres you choose to write in, or is it just a little bit of everything?
No, it's pretty niche, unfortunately. I always say I write sad little comedies and funny little tragedies. And I really do exist in that space. So very much in like kind of the dramedy sense of things. I don't know that I'm capable of writing a pure comedy, and I know I'm not capable of writing a pure drama. So very much in that in between space. Love a family drama. Those are my favorite plays to read and to see, and they're certainly my favorites to write as well. So yeah, I spend a lot of time writing about really messed up families, and then assuring my parents that these are not about them.
Now, obviously, we've produced a couple of your pieces, but is there a piece of yours that you would love to see live up on a stage, and why that particular play?
Yeah, I have a full length right now that I'm working really hard to try to make a production happen. I called Fragile Creatures, which is um sort of my take on the Glass Menagerie, which is a
Hmm.
play that was just so formative to me when I read it. Not remotely like comparing myself to Tennessee Williams or anything that
It's
would
fine. He's
be.
not here to argue.
He's not, but I don't have that kind of hubris. That would be insane. But it kind of that dynamic. I'm so interested in that. Kind of mother, son, daughter, and the way they fit into those roles, and kind of ruminating on the way that those three characters fit those roles. What would it look like to change things a bit to change that dynamic, but playing with some of the same types. It's very thorny. I don't know that it's a good time, but but it's one I'm passionate about and really interested in, and I think provides three really great roles for three great actors. So I'm anxious to try to find a way to get that one on stage.
And finally, before we move on to our play for this episode, do you have a standout moment, a moment that makes you think, yeah, this is why I do this?
I have two.
Fine.
The first time I got to see something that I had done performed live, very randomly, happened to be in New York City. It was accepted for a really small festival up there, and I live on the other side of the country, but my wife and I just thought like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So it wasn't anything I was paid for. It was very small, but we just flew to New York and saw it. And it was a short play for a short play festival. But the actors were brilliant. It was just wild to think. It was validating simply to think like, okay, people are interested. People like, as a writer, you just spend so much time in the void. Like
Yeah.
no one's around. It's just you
Yep.
walking away thinking like, I have literally no idea if this is good. Like I could be a full on hack and I have no idea. And so that was simply validating, like just to be in New York. Like I walked past all these Broadway theaters to then go to a 4-story walk up, a tiny little theater in Manhattan. But to see something I'd written there was very, very cool. And then but the bigger one was this past summer to see the production of Songs We Sing at Funerals. And it was and the performances were like wonderful, absolutely so happy with, but it was the reaction of the audience because it's a heavy play. And it's very funny. It is a comedy, but it's dealing with grief and kind of telling the truth in the face of a lot of pressure to keep quiet. And so it's dealing with a lot of those themes. And the wildest experience, there was a woman, so they'd introduced me beforehand, so people knew I was in the audience, and a woman who I had never seen before just turned around in the middle of the play, looked at me, and just held my hand for like 30
Aw.
seconds. And it was really meaningful. Like she clearly was moved by what was happening on stage. And so it's that thing of where you have the moment where you're like, I think this is good. I'm happy with it. I'm proud of it. But none of that really matters because someone is having an emotional response. Like this means something to them. They're having a connection with this piece. And so that was in the moment very awkward. I had no idea what was happening. And, but it's very meaningful to me now, just of clearly she was so moved by what was happening. So something in it resonated with her and her own story and her own experience. So yeah, that was enough to keep me going for a while.
Now we move on to talk about our playwright and play for this episode. Guy Newsham spent a career working on making buildings more energy efficient and sustainable. He's acted on community theatre stages for many years and started writing for the stage in earnest 8 years ago. His plays have been successful in multiple competitions and festivals, leading to more than 130 prizes and productions in 6 countries. His relationship with Theatrical Shenanigans spans back to October 2024, when his play Photo Finish made up part of our 3rd Mini Shenanigans Series, and this play today is his first as a featured playwright. Guy's play today is called Dances with Wives, and when talking about his inspiration, he says, "This play was written as part of a 24-hour playwriting challenge with the prompts ripped pants, a snail, a meet cute, and butter." Theatrical Shenanigans presents Dances with Wives by Guy Newsham.
Good God, Jordie, what are you wearing?
Yeah, well...
I know it said casual evening wear on the invite, but this is your daughter's wedding reception?
Yeah, I was getting out of the car, dropped my keys.
Oh, Butterfingers.
Yeah. And I reached down to pick them up, and my pants pocket got caught on... You know that little lever that tilts the seat back? And they ripped.
Oh, hopeless. Only you.
Then I tried to struggle free, and they tore up some more. They don't make pants like they used to.
Yeah, they don't make anything like they used to.
Brand new they were. You know what they cost me? What a ripoff.
Sounds like you got exactly what you paid for.
Oh yeah, ripoff. Yeah, very good. So then all I had to hand was these sweatpants for my gym bag.
You're going to the gym?
Past couple of months, yeah.
You always said you hated the gym.
I'm trying something new.
I wonder why.
What?
Well, the sweats are a great match for your jacket, and that drawstring sets off your tie beautifully.
Yeah. Anyway, look, here they come.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for their very first dance together as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Oliveira.
There she is, our little girl, a married woman.
Yes.
Our little Tilly, or Matilda Marguerite, as Father Francis said in the ceremony. The names of both are grandmothers.
My mother's name first. Remember how we fought over that?
Nah, I wouldn't say fought, Claire.
No, of course you wouldn't.
She looks so radiant, I mean, as if light is drawn to her.
Yes, we got something right there.
Yeah, we got a lot of things right, Claire. You know, Tilly and Bruno met during a charity parachute jump.
Of course I know. She talks to me, too.
They were practicing pulling the ripcord, and she fell right into his arms. So cute.
Yeah.
Asked me to jump out of a plane, and I'd be putting more than rips in my pants. I like him, Tilly's beau.
I'd like him a lot better with a business degree.
No, he'll be good for her.
I hope so. I'm glad she changed out of that wedding dress. If she tried to dance in it.
Oh, that long train, you mean?
She was always such a klutz. She gets that from you, obviously. Needed 2 bridesmaids just to fish that train down the aisle. A very traditional wedding, and she took his name. I would not have pegged Tilly to be so old-fashioned.
Traditional right down to the father of the bride, paying for the whole thing. Open bar. Christ.
I'm surprised you can afford it. Did my lawyer miss something?
Oh, don't worry. Your lawyer was very thorough. My recent colonoscopy wasn't as thorough. Well, it's been 3 years now, Claire. I threw myself into my work, and I got a nice promotion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So who's your date?
Oh, Brittany, yeah. She's great. I mean, I'll introduce you when she gets back from wherever she went.
Brittany. She's very attractive.
Yeah, she is.
She's very young.
She's older than Tilly.
Well, that's all right then.
She and Tilly get along very well.
I imagine they would.
Yeah, we've been together for 3 months now.
I'm not sure about all her piercings.
Yeah, they can get in the way. She has tattoos in the most interesting places.
Oh, please, spare me.
Oh, yeah. She's very with it. Very hip.
Very hip? How did you two meet?
At a speed dating thing.
Speed dating? I don't see you going at anything more than a snail's pace. Not with your knees.
Oh, I'm not so sluggish.
Cute. Though I'm surprised she'd have to resort to speed dating.
She went along on a dare.
She dated you on a dare? I like that.
And who's your date?
Ron. His name's Ron. He's great, too.
And you met...
Online, of course.
Doesn't anyone meet the time-honored way anymore? You go to a bar, you have a few drinks.
Oh, I've had a few drinks during all my online dates. You need a few drinks just to get through them. You know what they say, you've got to fend off, ghost, and do background checks on an awful lot of frogs before you find your prince.
Your prince, Ron.
Yes.
And where is Ron now?
Oh, he's calling the kennel, checking on his dog. Talking to his dog.
His dog.
Yes, he has a boxer called Buttercup.
Buttercup.
She's a pale yellow color.
Buttercup the boxer?
Yeah, well, I didn't name her, so I should probably go and track him down.
No. We haven't finished catching up yet. Stay a minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wanted a dog, and you said you were allergic.
New partner, new times, new rules of engagement. A bit like your gym membership. Still no Brittany. Perhaps you got lost.
Yeah, she probably sent me a text. I turn the alarms off. They drive me crazy. She doesn't like that.
No, I don't suppose she does. What do you and Brittany talk about? What do you have in common? What are your cultural touchstones?
Turns out we have friends in common.
Really? You move in the same circles?
No, the TV show, Friends. We have that in common. It first came out when I was her age, and now it's popular again.
When she's her age. You haven't thrown your love of opera at her yet?
Have you thrown your love of opera at Ron?
How does Brittany feel about 19th century French novelists? Or early German cinema? I'm sure it's all available on her iPhone.
Claire, be nice.
What?
Remember how you and me... We'd stay up to the early hours debating whether Fritz Lang was a genius or a madman?
Madman, there's no debate.
Genius. Or whether it's even possible to fully grasp those French novels in translation? You don't have those midnight discussions with Ron?
By 10 o'clock, Ron's in bed with the Golf Channel.
Yeah, and Buttercup the boxer?
Yes, she sleeps between us.
Ugh!
I know. Like I said, you've got to kiss a lot of frogs.
And how many dogs?
Look, Ron has his faults, but he's a decent man. There's not a lot out there to choose from, you know. Does Brittany know about your faults? After all, it took me 3 decades to figure them out. She's only had 3 months.
I've learned some lessons, Claire. Really, I have. If you met me for the first time, you'd be very impressed.
I already did meet you for the first time, Jordie. More than 30 years ago.
And you were impressed then? Come on. Forget about everything that's happened in between. Cast your mind back to that first night we met. I charmed the pants off of you. Literally.
I don't remember.
You remember perfectly well. It was University Film Club. They were showing something in black and white with subtitles. I sat in the back row.
Yeah, so you could sneak out again if you didn't like it, Philistine.
And then I saw you at intermission, and I knew I'd be staying a while. Cute, huh?
Yes, I suppose. And you weren't awful to look at.
Oh, high praise indeed. You know what I liked about you?
That I was different from the other girls. I was serious, worldly.
Yeah. And you had a car.
You love that car.
Oh, those road trips in the countryside, you driving.
And you navigating. Paper maps back then, of course, and always getting us lost.
Yeah, but we'd wind up in the most interesting places. A pioneer churchyard, an abandoned mill, and I always brought a picnic.
Oh, don't remind me.
What? Baguettes and brie and red wine, very European, just like the movies.
Until that time you made escargot.
Oh, yeah.
Snails and butter. Might not have been so bad, except...
I
you
only had apple butter. Yeah. I thought apple butter was a fair substitute.
Would have been nice if you told me before I tucked in.
Sorry.
And while I threw up behind some gravestones, I swear I saw those snails crawling away.
Yeah, but we stayed together. We made plans. We made promises. We stayed together.
Yeah, until we didn't.
Seems like just yesterday I was holding Tilly in my arms that first hour after she was born. Of course, we didn't call her Tilly then. We just called her Pink Thing for days. That fierce pink thing. And her tiny fist balled up tight like she was coming into this world swinging. And I looked at you in that hospital bed, and I thought you were amazing. A miracle.
I was.
You were flushed with the effort, your hair plastered to your forehead, and you never looked more beautiful. I don't think I ever loved you more than at that moment.
Because every moment after that, you loved me just a little bit less.
Claire, that's not...
Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you.
Oh, do you hear that? They're playing our song. Do you think Tilly picked it?
Our daughter planned this wedding down to the very last detail. The furniture, the fairy lights, the design of the dessert forks. I can't imagine she'd let the DJ choose his own playlist.
Ah, smart girl. She gets that from you.
Yes, she does.
So she probably wants us to dance then. What do you say? Just for Tilly.
I'd say I think you should dance with your date, Jordie.
Oh, afraid you can't handle my moves?
I think that's what Brittany's generation calls dad dancing.
Well, I'm a dad. Come on, dance with me. Indulge me.
Indulging you is what ripped us apart. You know what I see when I look out at that dance floor? I don't see Tilly and Bruno. I see you and me all those years ago. Just out of grad school. Me in a cloud of white netting, you in an ugly sky blue tuxedo.
That tuxedo was meant to be ironic.
The whole day was ironic when you look back on it. We were supposed to be celebrating all the happy years to come. A few months after our first dance, and I was pregnant. Gave up my dream job at the Arts Center because your career was taking off, and instead of German cinema in black and white, I was singing along with Barney the Purple Dinosaur.
Yeah, I remember those songs.
Over and over again, those songs. Tilly wouldn't go down unless Barney was singing to her.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family.
So, what does a young thing like Brittany see in you?
I try not to think about that.
Oh, Jordie, it's such a cliche. You're old enough to be her father.
Yeah, 55 is the new 35.
Who says that?
Every man I know.
And what do you see in her, really?
Well...
Apart from she's cute and only a little older than your daughter.
Now you're trying to make it sound weird when it isn't. She is a consenting adult.
I'm sure the sex is fantastic for
Claire,
you.
please.
But in the periods between having sex, which for guys your age is days, what do you talk about? What do you do?
Well, we order dinner. I read a book. We watch TV.
Do you go out with her friends?
God, no. They make so much noise.
It just doesn't sound very fulfilling, Jordie.
Yeah, beats waking up with dog hair in your mouth.
Touché. I just don't want you to get hurt.
Don't you? Thought that might be exactly what you wanted.
No, Jordie. I still care about you.
Oh. And how fulfilling is life with Ron? Really? I mean, has he got you playing golf yet?
Ugh. I'm taking lessons.
I mean, you haven't exactly been singing his praises, and yeah, I can tell he's wearing lifts, and he still doesn't come up to your eyebrows.
Now, Jordie, don't be heightist.
Met him online? How tall did he say he was online?
6 feet.
Ha! I'll take a heightist over a liar anytime.
It's Tinder. Everyone adds an inch or two.
Or 6.
Everyone pads their profile.
Oh, yeah? Let me see your profile.
Jordie.
Oh, come on. Hundreds of single men have seen it. Why shouldn't I?
Okay. And you might want to try the app sometimes. At least they filter out women who are far too young for you.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
But you'll have to turn your texts back on. If someone swipes right, you find out by text, not snail mail.
All right, smarty pants.
Now, look. Here...
Is this your profile?
Why? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, this photo, that's not your best look.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No. I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't...
Doesn't what?
It doesn't bring out your eyes.
My eyes?
I always thought you still have, the most amazing eyes. Pale, smoke gray, bewitching.
Bewitching? Really?
Oh, yes. And your laugh?
Oh, I'm smiling.
Yeah, but you're not laughing. When you laugh, you light up a room. We'd be at a party and I'd see you laugh from across the room, and I knew there was nowhere else in the world I'd rather be than by your side. You've got to show your laugh.
Well, I can change the photos easily enough.
And you should mention your cooking.
My cooking?
Yeah, those Thai dishes you used to make from scratch. Delicious.
I didn't think you noticed.
Well, everyone likes to eat.
You should have said something at the time.
Yeah, I know that now.
We should have talked more. If we talked more, maybe we...
Well, we're talking now, aren't we? I mean, it's not too late to start talking, is it?
No, it's never too late.
And easier with someone you know so well. Someone you've known for more than 3 months.
Someone you have a history with.
Someone you have a daughter with. Come on, admit it. You hate golf, don't you?
With a passion. And you're not really a fan of Brittany's tattoos and nose rings, are you?
I'd never get her through the scanner at the airport.
Remember when Tilly got her ears pierced? You hit the roof.
She was 12, and her friend used a sewing needle with a cork.
Ugh. Thank God for antiseptic.
I've changed, Claire. Really, I have. People can change, you know. People do change.
Yes, and I've changed too. I'm not the same person anymore. It couldn't be the same again.
I wouldn't want it to be the same.
God, no.
I mean, do you think we could be like two different people meeting here now for the first time?
For the first time? Again?
Hi, I'm Jordie.
I'm Claire.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Would you like to dance, Claire? Or would you like to dance with a man who really is 6 feet tall?
You're 5'10", Jordie. You haven't changed that much.
Yeah, but when I'm holding you, I feel 6 feet tall.
Cute. Very cute. I'm not making any promises, Jordie.
I wouldn't ask you to.
Come on, then. Grab onto those sweatpants and let's rip up the dance floor. But please, watch out for your knees.
You sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
A beautiful moment there. That was George Sapio as Jordie and Moira Stevens as Claire in Dances with Wives by Guy Newsham. John, what did you think?
What I love the most about this play is it did not feel the need to over-explain the relationship between these two people. And yet this was such a real relationship by these two people. And like the little ways that they're just bickering and poking with each other, I recognize so much. Anyone in a long-term relationship, you just recognize these little ways you communicate with each other, these little pet peeves, and all of that is kind of love, because it's also recognition of somebody else. It's like I think I heard Amy Poehler on her podcast say it recently, that like whenever someone teases her, to her that feels like such an act of love, because it's like, oh, you see me, you see me and recognize me. And these are two people who, despite all their falling outs, which I love that we don't get laid out exactly what happened there. We don't need to know. We don't need to know what broke down their marriage. That's not what's interesting. What's interesting is their dynamic now. But they see each other and they know each other, and that in and of itself is an act of love. And so you can really feel that from this piece.
It would have been, so easy to just embrace the cliche of exes that hate each other and are pulled together because they're at a family occasion. And it's like you said, there's those little kind of teasing moments, but deep down, obviously they've got all this shared history and they've got this child together who they both like are completely in love with, and that's what they share and that's what they bond over. Despite the fact that all of the action is obviously just the two of them, we are told as an audience about all of these people in their lives. We're told about their daughter, we're told about their now son-in-law, and we're told about the interesting people that they are dating. And you start to see in your mind's eye this world expand. And you don't necessarily need to see them. You don't necessarily need to see Brittany or Ron, but you can see them in your mind's eye. You can see Ron with his boxer, and you feel like the playwright's almost given you a gift of not only being a fly on the wall for this moment, but getting a clearer vision of what their world is like as separate entities, because they are at this point separated.
Big time. I thought so too. It's very cinematic in a way. I mean, it would be excellent on a stage, and it probably would even live best on a stage, because in a movie you would certainly feel the need, flesh this out, bring in more characters, all this stuff. That's what's beautiful about a play, is you can have that simplicity. But it was playing like a movie in my mind's eye as I was reading it, and then again as I was listening to it, for this reason. Like, I can see them at this table a little away from everyone else. I can see these other characters like off frame, and that they are kind of, and they're immediately recognizable, like you say. Like with Ron, I know who Ron is. Those few details, I know who Ron is. I know who Brittany is. even I love the little detail of she would like the fiance better if he had a business degree. That's a perfect little detail.
Yeah.
We don't need to know what his degree is, but we need to know, okay, he's doing something a little different. He's not doing the, you know, and they met at a charity uh skydive,
Yeah.
so these are kind of interesting, perhaps audacious people in their own right. And we get to know that with a few sprinkled details. And to me, that's great writing, is not having to over explain, but giving me enough to come to my own conclusions about somebody.
Yeah. And also there's this whole expectation with theatre now that you need the big and the spectacle. You need, 20
Yeah.
people on a stage, you need like huge sets, loads of lights, loads of music. And this goes right back to the simplicity of two people having a very important conversation and giving the audience a world that they can be a part of in that
I
particular
think,
moment.
I mean, when I look at what's happening on like Broadway and West End right now, I actually think there's a hunger for that too. We're
Mm,
seeing like really successful shows done in really simple terms.
mm,
I think, in a post-COVID world and just an increasingly online world, it's like a sigh of relief to just watch two people talk and
mm,
just to hear two people have like a real in-person conversation with each other. It's like we're missing it. I know I
yeah.
am still in my life, in a lot of ways. Our society's just set up so differently now, and so yeah, to get a play like this, just to be able to kind of like settle in with just two people
Mm.
and watch them live out their shared history together is beautiful, a little therapeutic right now too.
Mm. And the simplicity of the setting and the fact that it is just two of them makes it ideal for live staging. You
Yeah,
have this kind of like you can see almost see it in a intimate theatre space. All you would need is just the table, couple of chairs, obviously the table laid out for a wedding, and then just the two
yeah,
of them, and that's it.
yeah. You could do like really simple flourishes to, to bring it to life.
Yeah,
You could have balloons on the floor. You could have
yeah,
some streamers in the background. You could
yeah.
have, these tiny little things that would be still really expensive, really easy to produce,
Mm.
but that are just going to like bring kind of this world of this wedding to life. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Also, I don't know why it is. Things said at weddings are just good. It's like an event. We all know what a wedding is, what a wedding is like. There's so much inherent like joy, sadness, tension, anger, drama, just all of these things. It's like a microcosm of humanity is at a
Mm.
wedding. Um, and yeah, I wrote a play that was all set at funerals. I've thought like I think it would be too on the nose, but do I do a follow up that's just all set at weddings? Because it's just there's so much there. There's so much
Possibly,
to
yeah.
mine.
And it's relatable as well because most people have been to a wedding where there is someone there they would rather wasn't there.
Yes.
And like I said, it would be easy to just go on the offensive of them just constantly biting at each other. But what Guy does is he pulls so much emotion out of like a 19-page conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's never heavy, but it is weighty at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It certainly is a comedy. It's like a true, but it's so grounded.
Mm,
Yeah, it's not frivolous.
yeah.
And I'm in favor of things that are frivolous sometimes. Frivolous is great,
Mm.
but this is something more than that.
The thing that resonates with me was when the very first time I read it, I got to the end and out loud on my own in my house just went, "Aw." And
I love that.
that's what we need in life at the moment. Like, things are dark and dank and miserable, and we just need sometimes a moment that makes us just go, "Aw."
But in a way that's real. To have something that is like actually warms your soul and feels authentic
Yeah,
instead of formulaic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I say it brought it to an almost like wonderful natural conclusion because you had the kind of laugh out loud moment at the beginning with the issue with the trousers,
Mhm.
and then you kind of had the niggly bits of when they are biting at each other and the discussions about the current partners, And then slowly but surely they come to this natural realization, maybe because they're at a wedding, maybe because they're watching their only daughter getting married, but that they do maybe miss each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think, and I again, it would have been easy to just have it become this massive declaration of love, but he didn't do that. He left us with a wonderfully lovely moment that potentially could promise more or not. But either way, we are left feeling lighter. It gives us so much to enjoy and laugh at and feel for. And you get, as I say, you've said, as I said before, you get to the end and you have that wonderful, like, light, uplifting feeling of, even if they don't get back together, even if this is just a one-off dance at the daughter's wedding, they're going to be okay.
Yeah. This would be a great way to end a night of short plays.
Yeah.
Put this one at the end. This would be like a perfect way to cap the night.
Yes.
Because it ends with hope. It does have a sense of finality in the way of like, this play is over. We've accomplished what we need. And it's like a really kind of gentle, beautiful way to like send an audience back out into their night.
Yeah, completely agree. Okay, we are almost out of time. John, your final thoughts on the piece as a whole?
Beautiful, not quite heartbreaking, but gently heart stirring. Really relatable. And again, I think a great showcase for these two actors, but it would be a great showcase for like a great gentle showcase, which I think is a lot harder to do sometimes. Because it's a gentle comedy, and for two like veteran actors, I think would have a really great time leaning into the chemistry of this piece. And just the warmth, just kind of reveling in the warmth of it all.
Yeah, completely agree. Okay, sadly, we are out of time. John, thank you so much for being here and discussing this beautiful play. It's been amazing.
Thank you so much for having me, Rachel.
And that is sadly all the time we have left for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the play and my lovely chat with John. If you're listening out there and thinking, how can I show my support for the show, then there are loads of things you can do. You can follow us on Facebook or write a review. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to ensure you never miss an episode, or you can subscribe on YouTube. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee page where you can show your support with a pre-show cocktail if you're so inclined. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode for you, so I hope you can join us then. But in the meantime, though, I've been Rachel Feeney-Williams. This is Theatrical Shenanigans, bring down the curtain and saying, I hope you can join us next time. Theatrical Shenanigans is part of an RFW Scripts production, found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and Podbean. Theme music is written and produced by Chris Cody.